Today we're meeting the 26-year-old who built a $50 million company from his college dorm room. Now we're sitting in his 25,000 square foot warehouse that does literally millions of dollars a month. And after spending some time with him, I've learned that he's no more different, he's no more special, he's no more unique than any of you, but he did one thing that separated him from the rest. I hope you enjoy the video. Hey guys, today we are here outside of Philadelphia with 26-year-old Austin Huffman here, and he's been working on this company now, Valvetronic, for the last 5 years, and he has built an absolutely huge exhaust company. So we're gonna go through, tour, learn his story, and learn everything that he was able to do just as a normal college kid to be able to build this giant company now. And just you get to see my car, so.
Oh yeah.
He is just some regular guy.
That's some regular guy.
That's a great entrance.
Christmas, yeah. Unfortunately, these signs are out, so I feel a little Christmas tree here, you know.
You do love your LED signs.
Oh, lighting
I've
cap.
seen your room, and your room looks kind of like this.
Yeah.
His room looks like his shop.
Shout out to Gio of the lab, Gio Harney. He kind of designed this with the lighting and stuff and some of the colors. But there was this was 3 rooms. It was an entryway, an office here, and there was another kind of break room here. So we took the wall out here. We moved the sink, which was here, over here, and made this a little bit more open so that it feels more of an inviting space.
When did you buy this building? Like, how long ago did you get it?
I got this in September of 2023 is when we clubbed.
So, like 4.5 years into building this company?
Yeah.
So about 4 years in the making, in the process, we got this facility now. And
the place that we were before,
Great.
maybe some of you guys have seen our earlier videos. We were in like a wood shop.
Really?
Yeah, we can go there. I can show you. I bought these wheels for my mom's Ferrari California T, and I bought the wrong size because I'm an idiot. So they became a table.
It works out well.
I think it looks great. That's from Shopify. When you now buy 10,000 orders.
Congratulations.
Look at that. That was in April 3rd, 2024. Like, imagine where we're at now. I think we're at like 30,000 orders or something now.
Wow.
A cool story too. This is an exhaust off of my E92 safety car back when it was gray. The car's now black and sitting outside. We took all of our sponsors and we engraved their names. So it's like Spencer Burke, Finding Nick, Thick F30, Mashamara, Fresh Kicks, Noor Hamadi, Vehicle Virals, Chris Murray. We are forever grateful for your trust in us. This is just the beginning. Like, Farley is a funny one where he was like the original reason why I wanted to do this when I was in high school, like modding cars. He was the guy who helped me.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
So yeah, some of the stuff on the wall here. And the thing is, when you walk in, I want it to feel, it doesn't need to feel overbearing, like it's overly styled, but it should feel like you're in an enthusiast place.
Yeah.
When the enthusiast has some style.
I feel like I'm around a lot of exhausts.
You are. That would make sense. Well, don't walk out there because you might have crippling anxiety. You need to be around us all.
And special tour here, special access.
The building was designed to hold around 3,500 full exhaust systems at any time. Now, with how fast you've been moving inventory lately, that's become a little bit of a challenge because the business has continued to grow like crazy. So it's tricky. Right now, it's a mess because we do have an event tomorrow, and Cam Spar is going to be put on the list here on Monday to put his exhaust on, which we could show you here shortly. But
That's going to be.
I wanted to show you guys this too. Like, a lot of people, when they consider what makes a great place to work, this is really important. This is a break room for like our warehouse workers. Have you ever seen a nicer break room? It's clean, it's organized. You have a fridge there for food. You have microwave, coffee.
I'd love to take a break here.
We can't. But
Be right back after the break.
yeah, you're right back. Yeah. How is this, right? When you talk about what makes a business successful, or what makes a group of individuals who starts with successful, it's bringing the right team members on. The thing is the team members, they need to feel like they're part of something more than just a paycheck. When people come in here, like you saw, I don't know how long you guys been here, a couple hours or so, but Cam and Amarius, a couple of the guys, they've been here for a couple hours just hanging out, enjoying. And that's the thing is this should feel like a home, not just a place to work. And that's exactly how it feels in here. People come together, they eat, they chop it up. It's an enjoyable place to take your break.
Yeah. Oh, did you renovate this? What did it look like before?
Yeah, so what it looked like before, this was 2 offices. You could see the break here. So that was the original break room. It was quite small. And then we took the wall out and expanded this. So we have the 2 tables here. And we were going to set up that TV to do training, but we ended up using a different room for training and like OSHA stuff and compliance and such. So, but yeah, it's the same type of decor here, like colors, lighting, and yeah, you can use that for like napkin holder.
Exhaustive. Napkin holder.
Yeah,
Very exhaustive you.
exactly. But the cool thing was this was all white before, but doing like the black walls and the white trim and the white ceiling tile.
You should have painted your room in LA this color.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm not perfect.
You really messed that one up. It's
Well, that's what I'm saying. It does look like someone painted it with a rattle can, but
yeah. This looks a lot nicer. He painted his room black in the house in LA, and it looks a lot worse than the black here. Speaking of looking good, though, that thing looks pretty good.
Cam has been talking about having this car for 4 months, 3 months. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
We knew you wanted an SV, so we built this exhaust setup where it comes 3 inches into the V bands, then it goes 3.5, and it's a double X pipe setup. You can your first X pipe here, and your second X pipe runs 3.5 unrestricted, then out. This will be the loudest Aventador exhaust configuration out there because of the size increase. You're going to get that bass to resonance, and because of the equal length race pipes here, we keep. Woo!
Watch out.
Fell over my own stuff. Because the equal length race pipes here, that's where you're going to get that high pitch kind of Gintani, Powercraft type of F1 sound. So we're going to combine this with this volume and pitch and quality of sound here. It's going to be great, and Cam's going to love it. And if he doesn't, too bad. This is our fabrication area.
Fabrication.
Doing fat is up. We're working on like G80 mid pipes. This here's a stainless steel mid pipe in the jig, and this is getting fixtured up.
This is like they're actually like welding and like spot welding stuff. That's a good weld.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, the
Dude,
thing is this is we're doing a little bit of an extension just to improve the fitment characteristics. So we tack this, and then the guys they'll cap all the I guess it's all 3 and 1, 2, 3, and put argon in it, and then that's how you weld it so that you don't get any sugaring inside. Same thing for titanium. This is getting adjusted as well, just increasing this section of length here so we have a little bit better fitment characteristics up front, just improving the quality always. So that's that. This station and this area is getting expanded that way behind you guys. Just because
so much up there.
yeah, we're out of space here. So
You guys are working on a lot.
yes, we are. We're always working.
This is a big. How many square feet is this table?
25,000 square feet.
25,000 square feet.
So
Wow. That's a big space out here.
it is, and just make it for exhaust.
of
Again, I apologize that it is a little bit of a mess here because we have the show tomorrow, but the objective with this area is as follows: 4 different computer stations, I guess 5 with this one, but we're able to scale the operation accordingly. So if we need more people on the special operations side, packing like an exhaust box like this, you can see it here. This is a G80. You have your photograph of the system here. So this is all the components, and it'll just get checked and confirmed and re-QC'd one more time to make sure you've got all your pieces, your extension wires, your valve bodies, your controller harness, your clamps. All the stuff we need to make sure it's in there so that when the product arrives, it can go right to the installer and be installed. Station. Each station was designed to do a different type of exhaust piece. This is for more full exhausts. In the corner, you can do mufflers and smaller pieces like exhaust are meant to be taller, not as wide. Like the Aventador is a very big system, but it's tall. It's not that long. This is obviously quite long, so it's being the DG8.
Yeah. Also, the engine's in the back.
The engine's in the middle. Can't. All these pallet racks are getting moved over about 5 feet, so we can increase our size of fabrication part here. So we're gonna be moving that over.
Now, when you bought this, did you buy all these scaffolding?
Nothing was in here. Nothing was in here, and the building was really dingy. Like I'll send you some photos so we can show the viewers of what it looks like. But yeah, it was really
Very, very, really made it nice though. And like this thing. What is this? And this wasn't in there?
Yeah, so this is no, nothing, bro. This is a clear,
Yeah,
this is a
yeah.
clear space.
All right,
There's
good.
nothing in here.
Yeah.
We obviously deal with a lot of cardboard here, so.
We need one of these at our house. We have so much cardboard.
Yeah, no, I know. So what you do is you take all the cardboard, you lay the boxes in, and then this thing comes down. It's like a hydraulic press, smashes it all down, and then once it's all crushed, there's baler wire where you can bale and you tie them up.
Yeah.
And then you take a forklift, bring a forklift in here, and then all this.
That's a convenient
it's
way to
all-
get rid of.
Exactly.
You even got your own logo on that. Nice.
Nice.
Very nice. I want to hear about your story too, and like how you started, how you got into it, and like how you scaled it now to what it is.
Well, the big thing is this, right? And you'll know this from any passion project. If you're really fueled by passion and you don't, like, there is no other option but to succeed, you're gonna succeed. That was the thing for me is I got to the point where I was into the car stuff. I never wanted to have a real job. But I just wanted to get to the point where we could really build some badass stuff in the automotive space. And that's really what brought us here. And constant learning, right? It's hard to say in a 10-minute video or however long a video is to say, like, I did these things, you will be successful. Everybody's got to have their own journey. But for me, it was a lot of iterations, a lot of having to pay for mistakes and fix things, and stuff would get broken and I have to refund people, and just little things you take along the way. You bring the right people on to build your team. The biggest thing is a team, honestly. Like, the team is what counts, because people say, like, what are the things that you did? It's actually just hire the best people that you can. Hire the best high performers. You pay up for people.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
So
Finding good people is
exactly. And we still had some challenges. I mean, these are some systems that have, and we've accumulated stuff over a couple of months, but like, these are some systems that have come back where stuff just isn't right. And, we're never going to be perfect. The objective, though, is when someone buys from us, they should know that they're going to be well taken care of. They should know that, you're not buying from a company that's just going to leave you out to dry. Like, I've had situations where, like, people had to re-pull their cars apart for very rare situations. But like, all right, cool. Like, we'll take the system back and, we'll take care of it. And the people go like, are you serious? Like, we go, yeah, of course. Like, if you're not happy, I don't know.
Dude, when did you decide, like, okay, we need to buy a forklift? Like, let me invest in a forklift.
Well, here's the thing, right? You bring on the right people. They go, yo, where's your forklift? I go, I don't have a forklift. And they go, well, get a fucking forklift.
Yeah. How much? You know how much you spent on the forklift?
Yeah, those are about $13,000 each. There's actually this is
You finance a forklift? Like, I've never met a man that owns a forklift before.
There's two.
I barely have,
There's
but I don't
two,
know.
and there's a picker. Yeah, dude, this fucker's nice.
Does
Your hand brake.
Does this have a Valvetronic exhaust on it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not OSHA doesn't approve of that.
Okay.
But no, like we got these from a guy. I forget where the guy was, but my director of ops, he was like, we got to get some really good forklifts.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like, what's the best brand? And they said, well, Toyota's probably the best brand. The problem is the wrong color. It's orange, not red.
Okay, you should wrap it. This
It's got red forks though.
How strong is cool.
Yeah. So there's another one of these guys. He's in there somewhere.
Wow. I mean, there's a lot of space in here.
A lot of space. The thing is like, we're like kind of out of space because this area here, like these garage doors and stuff, we had new doors put in because the whole building was. This place is ugly. Well, Hunter, we have usually 2 or 3 pickups a day with like full tractor trailers as well.
Wow.
Like I was getting a haircut, and the girl asked me, "What do you do?" And I said, "Well, I make these car parts." She kind of bit into it a little bit, which was good. And she asked me, "Oh, my boyfriend has a problem with his car being too loud." I was like, "Has he ever heard of Valvetronic?" She goes, "I don't think so." And so then, as I was leaving, she told me, she said, "Yeah, my boyfriend, I think, is going to get those mufflers. It's really going to help us. So thank you." And that's a very satisfying thing. Yes, it's cool to have a loud car, but like having the flexibility really counts. Unless you're Cam and you just want to wake up all the neighbors. And
Well, if you're gonna buy an Aventador SV V12, like you're not buying it quiet.
exactly. But like if I get an Aventador, it'll have valves because I just
When would you ever drive with valves?
whenever I start the car in the morning in my garage.
Yeah, I want it to be really loud. Like I want to be
Better get
deaf
first.
when I start it.
Another thing that's very important. See other cleaning stations? All about efficiency. So like you got your mop, your dustpan, all this stuff needs to be at the workstations. So right now it's about as dirty as it ever gets. But you can see too, like you could sit on the floor. And that's really important.
How long do you plan on being in this space?
Until I find like a 50,000 or 75,000 square foot warehouse, we'll be here.
Yeah.
We're doing some excavation on the back there, like taking out some of the grass to put more containers down.
Yeah.
But that's a mess.
So when you actually plan to move to a bigger and expand and grow to a 50 or 75,000 square foot, which is 2 or 3 times the size, which is huge,
Yeah.
you're going to keep this, because we were talking about this, you plan on probably keeping this and then leasing it out to another.
Yeah, no, yeah, it depends. Oh, there's the other forklift. So the clamp truck when the exhausts come in, you know, and we're moving stuff around, like we have to organize where stuff is going, you can use this clamp body instead of having to put the forks in, which is sometimes inefficient. You can use this clamp, and it just goes thunk thunk, and it picks up the entire pallet, and you can place it anywhere, which is really cool.
Who would have known? You would learn so much about forklifts in this.
There's my scissor lift as well.
Yeah, this thing is cool.
This is really important too, because if you're doing like warehouse build out, buying a scissor lift, I think I paid $4,500 for this scissor lift.
This stuff is not as expensive as I thought. I would have
That's
guessed.
because I'm a Jew, bro. I'm cheap.
Yeah, but I would have guessed like 25.
That's what these are. But this was like refurbished, rebuilt,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was repainted. So it looks like it's $30,000 forklift.
This
It's like
I would have guessed like
10.
10 or 15.
Yeah.
Can you talk about? Do you want to talk about how much in inventory you really have here?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, this costs a lot to buy.
Kind of a mess.
Like, you bought all this,
And it hasn't sold
and
technically.
it technically hasn't sold. You're waiting.
Yeah. So
move it. I mean, this
but
is
that,
like-
that's going to be any business though.
No, I know, but it looks like there's like, you know, at least $500,000, if not more, in like products.
Yeah, there's probably
$750,000 in product here, like of just like exhaust, and these are like higher ticket items.
it's M550.
Anywhere from 3,000 to
The thing is though, what matters?
$10,000.
What matters? You got to have systems in stock.
yeah.
No one wants to wait.
No, I know.
Well, that's the thing.
No, I know.
You have-
but you got to front the money for all that. I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah, but that's business, bro. That's the risk you take. You know, I didn't want to be small. The business model only works large. It only works to, in anything that you do, if you're going to do it, you need to be the largest or the best, or both, which is my. This is going to be my office, but my office is quite small. I'll show you upstairs, but we were going to build this out to be my office, but probably going to put like a team in here because we can put like 4 desks in here and put this big flat screen up so that collaborative workspace is very important. I want people to be together and really a bit of a think and be able to strategize and such. It really counts.
I like the space.
Mint.
I wanted a mint.
Yeah, in here, this is like where some of our customer service agents sit. Again, like they were upstairs and they had their own offices before, but we found it was much better to have a collaborative workspace down here where people could be together, work on stuff.
We have a lot of office space here.
Yeah, but
How many employees do you have here?
31. Yeah,
31. How many? You just start with yourself.
I had a business partner. Yeah, the business partner is the only one with me.
Yeah. And then how many did you bring on, like, in the first year? Like, I remember when you were in college, you said you had 4 people.
Yeah, it was. We had like a guy to do packing, and then Phil, who sits there, who's in charge of like the co-director of customer service and such. He was my second hire. Yeah, well, I guess he was like my first hire compared to like my business partner, but he's with us for a long time. And the good thing is when you have people like that and you keep elevating them. I'm very lucky to have my director, Paul, because he came from Trader Joe's. He came from like a really corporate environment, and he's able to really uplift people for leadership. The thing is Phil is 24, 25, really knowledgeable, but he needed leadership help because he didn't go to college. There's a lot of things that we're willing to invest in people because people matter. Like that's the biggest thing.
Do you think having someone older helps?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's call a straight a spade here. I'm 26.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know anything. Like I'm an idiot in terms of like a lot of stuff.
That's the only one I am too.
So yeah, so the big thing is you have to surround yourself with people who are really dialed in, because if they're not, you're gonna be having the same problems.
Age or maturity and like
Maturity, also just like experience. Like where it counts. That's all. Yeah, this is where the customer service folks hang out.
you have good men.
Again, like optics wise, what counts? We could have just had a fucking wall. You know, we could have just had like a wall, and it could have been black or white or whatever.
You got a lot of pictures here.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, dude. Is I wanted it to feel like a warehouse. Doesn't have to feel like a warehouse. You know, it should feel like something special. And we're working on some really cool stuff. So Phil, who I just spoke about, he was doing everything when you were, starting off. And he was taking all these photos. And so I figured a lot of these photos, you see the background, see how it has this kind of grainy, like the warehouse floor. It's not just floor. It was our original shop floor. And it's all these photos are very distinctive. Like this was kind of inside our original shop. You can see the pallet rack in here. And here's an M5, like F90 exhaust. But these photos kind of remind us of where we came from, where we started.
Yeah. And now look at you, super rich with an Aventador SV Roadster. Wow.
I'm not super ripped, but I got one. I got it. How about that?
He does. Yeah, that's how they work.
Yeah, let's go look.
He does trim left over.
I bought it for $1,000, and it was
You got it for $1,000?
5 years ago. We did a good couple things. Roll bar, very important, so I didn't die. I had to replace the top, which is now going bad after another few years. It's all stock, but it has an intake. It has a Prius resonator reversed, and it has the universal valve buffer, so you've got your valve flexibility. I bought these wheels off of Mini Cooper, had them painted white, and the exterior color, it's pretty interesting because this car stuck the Ferrari badges on as kind of as a joke, and I was like, ha, funny. And then my painter, he didn't take them off, which is painted open. But yeah.
Even got the Ferrari badge on the back.
Yeah, we got on the back here, and
This thing is truly a Ferrari. Let's go see the offices upstairs.
this is a very important quote to me. So when I was in like middle school and like first grade through seventh grade, I went to a school called Dexter, and their motto was "Our best today, better tomorrow," and that was kind of always something that stuck with me. And it's true, you know, if you didn't learn anything throughout the day, or you didn't get better, you're not having your best day, you're working on tomorrow being even better, you're losing. So that was a very important thing for me, and I think it looks pretty cool.
That's cool.
Again, it's really it's a mess, and I apologize for that, but
Looks great.
yeah, making adjustments to all those G80s that are down there is a real pain. We don't really have, there's no space. In here, this is my Rector's office. Again, like some of this stuff is still getting put together because we are rearranging offices. We just put this TV up so he can view the cameras and stuff, you know, typical. This is my office, which I did walk in here on Monday and find Cam or on Friday, whatever, was fast asleep.
I was
On the beanbag.
I was asleep and I slept in here. Who the fuck?
My office is actually the smallest office. Or my office is one of the smallest offices because for me, I'm usually doing like outbound stuff, marketing stuff. So I'm usually not in here that much. But for me, the office space is just to work and execute. So I don't need something super fancy. In an organization, you usually have certain optics that are attributed to CEOs and directors and stuff having bigger offices. But for me, you know, I'd rather have that speak loud about the way I work and the way I operate myself rather than saying I have a big office because I'm special.
Great place to sleep as well. Enjoyed sleeping there.
This is my director of marketing's office. Again, we just moved these around, so the beanbag is his that you were sleeping on. So he usually has to set up here with another monitor here. So he's locked in. This is an open office when we bring on another high performer, whether it's finance, accounting, HR, whatever that, you know, we bring on another person to build onto the team. This is an office that we cannot enter, which is HR. You can see how organized that is. It's Terry's office. We don't go in there. This is for like supply chain and stuff, and where we do our understanding of what's in the building and using NetSuite and such. Make sure we have stuff in stock. Office that I can show you is Shane's. So director of media. He makes me share because he sits like so funny. Shane. He sits so he's like lounging. Here's the thing that keeps on making noise.
Sure USA.
There are birds sometimes that come in here. This area is kind of a mess right now because we're collaborative co-working space. It needs to be reorganized and such.
Oh my gosh, the birds.
Pretty irritating.
The birds. I like this space.
Yes, this
space is cool.
is our photographer. Again, too, like you'll be able to see through the pictures that sent came that pop up here. This room is fucking ugly. Like, and also too, look around. Count how many plugs you see.
Oh my god.
I have no idea. I don't know when I'm buildings like this. Oh, I have no idea why and like what the.
Oh my god. There's like 30 plugs in there.
Yeah. And here you can hear the constant hum.
Yeah.
It's because of the transformer in the building here. It converts the power down so we can go into this electrical box. So we can operate the building. This is an order picker. This is a fantastic.
Lovely machine.
Look at how skinny the aisles are. The aisles are quite skinny. So the objective is you get yourself harnessed in and you got this bungee so if you fall off you don't die. But you operate the order picker through these lanes, and you can pick the systems accordingly. When I orchestrated the design of the building, my objective was to be able to have that side over there, which is behind you guys, which is where the universal mufflers and stuff are. I wanted that side to be like bulk overstock, and then this side was going to be like tight storage, because you can fit a lot more boxes like this tight than you can like on pallets. You can fit more like this. So that was the objective. Honestly, I kind of screwed it up, quite frankly. Because this, you have to restock, which takes a lot of time. So we have to have almost a full-time person doing restocking, which doesn't really help us that much. So this was kind of an oversight, but we make it work.
You live and you learn.
Exactly. That's what you would have had if you wanted a valve system.
No valves. I want extremely loud, extremely good sounding.
This building was ugly. I'll send you some pictures, and maybe we'll put them up on the screen. But this building was gross before. Landscaping, everything overgrown. Parking lot was fine, but like these trees were ugly. Here's the thing. When people A, show up to work, or B, want to buy from a company, aesthetics really matter. And it matters for the people who work in the industry and who work at the facility, or who just work at the spot. We're starting this video, and I wanted to lean against this Supreme vehicle. Now, the reason we have this is because it's kind of our like little beater car here around at the shop here in Boyertown. Now, what's funny about this is, take a guess how much I paid for this.
$3,000.
No,
$6,000.
no. I actually traded a guy a BMW X3M catback,
So it was a trick question.
valve exhaust, for this vehicle. The guy reached out. He said, "Hey, you got an exhaust for the X3M?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I don't have a bunch of money, but I'll give you a car." And I'm like, "That is hilarious. Whatever the car is, I'm in." He could have rolled up in anything. I would have been like, "Yep, I'll take it," just because I love the story. So, dude, this thing's been great. We've had it for about a year. A little, she sits outside, so a little bit of pollen on her, not a big deal.
Thank you, Austin, for showing me around. This was really cool to see and really cool to see you built. I definitely learned a lot. I've never really been in and like seen a warehouse like this, and it's cool to see.
What's funny is we've been friends for a while, like maybe 4 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
And it's your first time I've ever seen this, so now you know, like I'm real, like I'm legit.
No, you're legit. This is cool.
It's also interesting too. We consider everybody has to make their own way, but for me, it's always been consumer products. And again, like the business model for me doesn't work small; it only works large. And so I feel like this is like when we were talking in there about the sponsors who were on that E92 exhaust where it had like all the people, it said this is just the beginning. I still feel like this is just the beginning. Like we're into it, but the mission's like 15% done. I feel.
I mean, imagine when you're 26 now. Imagine when you're 36. Like,
Yeah, like yo, bro, we'll be.
yeah,
It's gonna be outrageous.
yeah.
But that's the thing too, is we only do exhaust here. So a lot of, and now like with all of our fabrication stuff we're doing in house, we get away from the whole Alibaba. Like people are stupid. They think that everything that comes from China or comes from overseas is bad. The big thing with us is this, right? The scalability only works large. So for me, I want to be the largest and the best. To combine those two things together, not easy. Hope you learned something.
Yeah. Thank
And we're gonna make this car loud.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. It's really cool to see what he's done now at just 26 years old, building this huge space. So hope you guys enjoyed. Share with your friends. Go get a Valvetronic exhaust. You can follow Austin on Instagram, A from B3.
Yes.
And follow Valvetronic. You can follow me on Instagram at Cam Casey. I hope you guys enjoy. Share with your friends. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.